Hello, fellow artists and friends participating in the Visionary Art Award in Moscow, Russia. I sincerely wish that I could be there in person, though am currently in Colorado, United States, and this little video will have to do. I find it incredibly interesting what Oleg Korolev is doing in bringing together these different genres and styles and a very large variety of artists from around the world to come together in dialogue and see where their work finds similarity as well as differences. There is a common root that he is exposing here, and that is there being something of the imagination of this desire to expose invisible realms, to share a spiritual perspective. And I think that there is this thread that is deep within humanity of this desire to know where do we come from and what is going on and where might we be going, and do we have a say in that? And I think that we're in this age, this era of great empowerment that is happening on the planet, and I think this crosses over the boundaries of language, of nations, of religions, of genders, of ages. We're kind of in this time where we can have a conversation that is very broad, and it's very exciting because we have a lot of notes to share. And so what forums are we having these conversations in? You know, I think the internet has played a very large role in bringing together many movements that have been kind of developing on their own, often in the underground. And I see that that's where a lot of this work that is being exhibited in this show and also in others around the world, and work that's being created and supported now finally through various exhibitions, galleries, and museums, has a connection with this root of humanity's desire to know more about God, more about oneself, more about this grand mystery, and to also illustrate magic, illustrate the imagination, in effort also to not only see that for oneself as the artist depicting these images, but also to be able to share it and maybe also inspire that for others, to give people courage to dream, to have maybe faith in their own vision, to believe that they also have a voice and that their vision maybe matters. I think that we have the opportunity now as a ever more global community that is developing mostly because of the opportunity of the internet, to have a dialogue around what we really, where we really want to go in the future. Like, what kind of future do we want to work towards and leave behind for 7 generations to come? Are we thinking about that? And I think this is in our current political, socio-political situation and economic, we're experiencing great adversity and challenge within the environment, and also with nations and religions having conflicts around really fundamental things. But when it comes down to it, is it fundamental? I question that. What is actually really of necessity for humanity? I think we need to ask ourselves that question now. And if we get really to the root of it, then what are some of the first things that come to mind? How about clean water? How about health care available to anybody? How about support within communities, and there are also communities being really connected and knowing each other. There's been a big fragmentation in the world because of economics, because of religion, and so many different things have separated us. But it is time to lay down those old arguments, I feel, and to really focus towards what we can do to come together in knowing that we are connected. And this is what I feel like one of the main voices is inside my own work of wanting to depict this, to meditate on this, because I feel that this is one of the most important things that I could be doing with my art and with my voice. So I teach workshops, I do performance painting, and I am inspired by this growing collective and this growing movement of visionary art, which also includes all of these other genres of mystical art, of fantastic realism, magic realism, all of these different genres that are included in this show, and so many more. Like, I think that the root that I feel inspired to speak to is this undeniable knowing that we need to wake up to become responsible stewards of this planet. We need to change. We are change. And I feel that the artists are on the frontier of being able to exhibit this through their images and through their actions, through their words. And it's a lot of times it is the circus, it is the theater, it is the literature, the poetry that is a medium for translation. It bypasses so many other challenging ways of communication and goes straight into a different part of our psyche. Playfulness gives us we enter play with an open heart. And so I see this art as an incredibly important subject that for people to be getting involved with. And I see it as something that is very open. I really encourage anybody that feels interested or excited about art to pick up a brush themselves. I think that there is much deeper understanding that can be made when we are encouraged on all levels. I think getting in touch with who we really are, what we really want to contribute, is what it's about, and everybody has a different gift. So it's about coming together with our what we do have in common, but then also realizing what are our differences and embracing that and acknowledging that and celebrating that instead of criticizing it. What is the use of criticizing it? I find that with the goal of creative and positive encouragement and support, we will have a better experience with each other and with the world. So my work really does focus greatly on positive change and in supporting a meditative, actionary solution. Those are contradictory roles, but I feel that they're both really important, and I feel that both are actually within the same space. That right now we are in an era where we do need to become really active, and like the dream has been dreamt. The dream is still being dreamt. You know, it is something that is constant, but we can't wait around anymore. We must act and inspire each other, encourage each other to be a part of this great revolution, evolution of consciousness, whatever is happening right now. So as you guys are part of this conference, I would encourage you to have dialogue around what are these things that we can be doing in creating more connection, and also engaging more people, and more conferences like this. I really look forward to attending, hopefully, the next one, and I look forward to hearing from you and to seeing how this one is going to turn out. And all of my blessings and best wishes. Namaste.